Alright, so I figured what I would do tonight is just do a little bit of a update video on our progress so far, and then make a few changes to the system. So what I'm going to do first is show you this thing running. I know it kind of goes off the end of the screen here, and that's no big deal. But let's go ahead and load up the game, and we will see what it does or doesn't do. Alright, so here's the game. As you can see on your screen, I'm in the back admin panel. And I am going to try to figure out why this isn't working. Give me 1 second. Admin PHP. Ooh, maybe I'm not running my local host. Let me turn it on. That was the problem. Gonna get those. Whoop. What? I did not know that. Okay. It's saying that I need a key. Okay, no I don't. So all I'm doing, I'm just using a free version of a, kind of like a XAMPP AMP stack. So it should be working now. Still not getting anything. What am I doing wrong? It says it's on. Let's reload it. See if that helps. Come on. Let's give it a few seconds, see if we can get this to boot back up. May have to switch over to our real site, which I don't want to do just yet. We are getting nothing. Do we have to reprogram it? Okay. That looks like the address changed. Yeah, apparently the address changed. So, okay, so whatever. It is what it is. It is working. Let's see if you guys can see me clear it. Let me populate it, let it run for a little bit. Kill some monsters. Got a tank. Got cleric. We got rogue. And we have a mage. Monsters loaded. And this is a very simple run script right now. We couldn't get any of the animations to work just yet. But we do have the attacks going on. The monster is losing HP. He's attacking random party members. And once we get to stage 2, we'll know that it's working, and we will just end it and do some tweaks to it. Alright, there we go. Finished. Stage 1. Let's just clear everything, stop it. And one thing I want to adjust right away, just for the stream's sake, it doesn't affect the website. But for the stream, it seems that the page is running off the stream. So, I'm not exactly sure what causes that to happen. I have it grabbing the browser source from the website. Okay, just added the new one. So, what is going on? What is causing it to not show the whole screen on the? I'm capturing the entire browser window. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain. Alright, we won't worry about that for now. I wanted to get that fixed, but not right this second. It's not that important. So, what I kind of wanted to do is do a little bit of back-end work. Since we have this working, we need to be able to have control of some things in the background. So I do have a plan for that. Let me go ahead and get that open. I wanted to take our admin panel here, and I will bring you into this. Let me just double check it. It has no authorization. Anybody can get to this panel, and that's why I want to close this up tonight. So let me show you what I got. It looks like I'm already sharing the screen, but it's not showing it. Okay, so it changed. Here we go. Here's the overlay. So here's everything we have for our admin page. And on the admin page, let's see if we can, let's add another browser source here. Add a new one. Let's give it the same one, but admin.php. And it's going to be 1280 by 720. Okay, and there you have it. We'll hide our little thing here. Browser 4. And that's all it is. Just a little admin box at this time. That's all we have. So a blank screen and a little admin box, which we can just pop up over this, which is weird. Let's lock it down. So we'll hide the back. This is what I'm looking at right now on the page. Just a blank screen. This thing is not there. What is this? Okay, that's just the sub goal. Let's get that rid of that. Alright. So stage controller populates the stage slowly, clear everything, and that functions. But I need more control. I need more things that I can do. So I think what I'm going to do is add some places for maybe the starting, stopping like we have now, and then maybe some control of like the leaderboards or the individual players that come in. So let me open up another editor here, and let me open a new folder. I think we need to download it. I know we have another version. We just don't have it here yet. Well, maybe we do. Let's go back. Here's the website. Open this folder. Close that one. Alright, let's pop open the code so we can take a look at it as I work on it. Let's hide you. Let's open you. How come you're not showing now? What is going on with this? I guess it has to be in the foreground for you guys to see it. That's going to be frustrating. Alright. So, what I think I'm going to do is keep all this the same up here. I do want to add in a small meta to this. I'm going to name viewport because I want it to work on different screen sizes, I think. So we'll do width equals, not deliverance, device width. And then initial scale is going to be 1.0. Alright. Let's look at this body. Okay, so this is all the styling. Let's not go over all of that too much. I mean, well, we're gonna have to make some changes, but let's get down here to the hub. So we got an admin card. I'm just gonna get rid of all of this, I think, and we're gonna keep our script for now. But I am going to just start making new divs. So we'll do div class hub container, and then div class hub header. And then this is where we're going to just put our little header in here. So we'll make it a H1. We'll say something like Dungeon Stream Controller. Then Live Stage Manager and Admin Tools. Alright, close off that div. And of course it's going to jump over here like it always does, because we have multiples. Right below this, let's put in a link so we can do a back button. I think it's important. Make a class for it. Let's call it btn for button short. We do have a style that we could put on it, but like pretty much that's what the button should be, I feel like. So let's just call it game screen. Let's close this. Let's call it game screen. That's what we're going to go back to. And I want to put a little symbol in here. I think that'd be a good one to use. Let's do that one. And then let's fancy up the title here. Put in a little gear. Alright. Let's close off this div. Put it back in its place. And now let's go on to live status bar. Not a cookie. Don't know why that happened. Let's put another div in here. This one will be the status banner. Then we'll do two spans. We'll do span system status. This will all fill out as we go. I'm going to show you in just a second here what it looks like before we get all of the CSS in it. So we'll say ready span. Let's close that div. Drag it back over. Okay. And then just for the sake of it, I know we're not done yet, but let's close the div that it keeps wanting to close. So let's save this. Let's upload it. We don't have to upload it, we're on a local host. So let's open it and see what it looks like. Alright, not much to look at right now. Let you take a peek at it. Oh, you're not even watching me? This thing's dragging me out. Okay, sorry. Alright. Can we have you look at it? Is it ready? Let's refresh. and get rid of the code, and this is what it looks like so far. Nothing. Just got a little title, got a little gear there, back button, status saying ready, nothing great. So let's bring back the code, and you guys can watch the rest of this unfold. Alright, so let's continue. Below this last div, we're going to do another header. We'll do h2 if I can type. I'll give it a class of section title. Keep everything consistent as well. If you got lowercase, keep everything lowercase. It really helps out later. Call this one stage and party actions. Close it off. And then let's start a new area. We'll call this one grid of action cards. Alright, new div. Div class. Let's call this one tools grid. Inside this one, do another section. We'll call this card 1 slow join. And this is going to be for that button we had above, or before, that was, why does this say and cookie? Why do you always want to do and cookie? What is wrong with you? But this will be the same button that we did for the slow join, just for testing purposes. I want to keep that, because I'm going to keep testing. So, of course, you guessed it, we're going to add another div. And in this one, we're going to say tool card. We'll just open a basic div here, and then another one here that we're going to call the tool title. Yes, very, very original here. We're going to do populate stage. Then below this, we'll do a paragraph. We'll call it tool description, maybe. Let's shorten it. Let's just do dis. And this one will be simulates players entering the game one by one with a 2.5 second stagger between each join. That just gives us an idea of what it does, so we don't have to have any guessing. Okay, let's close our div. Why do you shoot? I still don't know. Somebody knows why that does that? Please. Please, please, please let me. Alright. So we got that. And then let's add a button right here. Button class. There's going to be a button like we did before. This one's going to be button populate. And when we click this, I'm going to make it go to a JavaScript, the same JavaScript we have before, of simulate slow join. And then we'll just say start slow join and close the button. Alright, let's close this div. We'll have to drag it back over, of course, like always. Alright, now that we have that finished in this area, we'll start a new section. Where do we want to start this one? We'll start right here. And we're going to call this one card 2. Clear all. Let's pause right here. We'll save this. We'll give you a little refresher so you can see what it looks like so far. I know it's super exciting. Super, super exciting. Let's go ahead and hide that. We'll bring it back. We'll refresh it. And look at that. You can see it starting to kind of, ooh, I have a little error. Glad that I did that. I caught something early. Look at that. I had 2 A's in class. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where did I mess up? Class, stage, and party actions. Right here. Let's get rid of that. Let's save it. Let's refresh. That still did not do it. What did we miss? Oh, we did. Oh, we closed our header. There we go. There we go. Fixed it. All right. So let's move on. That was just what we got so far. So let me see if I can zoom. I think you guys can see it, but I feel like I should zoom in a little bit here. I know I have a option to zoom in on my thing here, but we'll be fine. Let's just move on. I don't want to stall too much on this. So let's do the next section, which is going to be the clear all. Alright, so in this we'll start another div, and we'll give this one a class of tool card, just like the last one. Keep it simple. Then we'll do another div inside here. And I'm going to, let's see, we'll call this one, we'll just use tool tile again, so we can make them all the same. This one's going to be clear party. I'm going to do a little kind of icon in that as well, like I did with the last one. So let me grab this from over here and give it a little trash can. Alright, beneath that, we can throw in a paragraph, just like before. We'll do tool description, DESC, and we'll say reset an active party, wipes the stage clean, and clears current combat history. I know it's really long, but we're going with it. Okay, close that div off, back over. We're going to add another button. It's going to have the same button class. This one will be button clear, so you can distinguish. And this one on click, not clock, is going to use the trigger action of reset party PHP. And we'll just say reset everything. Close button. Okay. And then we close our div like before, drag it over. Alright, we'll skip showing you the next, each one of these, so I'm not going to go back to the screen and show you what it looks like, because we already know. Just another area. So this one we'll do, we're just going to do 4 for now. So this one will be card, keep those capitalized if I can, card 3. We'll make this one like a placeholder. We'll say template, try caps, say template for your next tool, just so we know, not cookie. I don't understand that. Before we do that, let's call this one 4. Let's do one up here, and we'll do card 3, and then we'll call this one, I want to have something for like the monsters or something. Maybe like something that can spawn a boss like directly into the game. so we can force something in there. So let's do card 3, and we'll say spawn any monster into the current game stage. Oops. And I think I see the error in that, why that changed colors. It's supposed to be an apostrophe. Okay, there we go. Alright, so for this one, we're gonna, we're repeating ourselves over and over again, so let's just be smart about this. Let's grab this whole thing. We'll come down here, and we'll just paste it in. So then we can just change the things we want to change. This one's going to be called spawn, oops, had caps on still, spawn boss, but let's call it monster. I did start with boss, but then I changed my mind on that. I think I just deleted the div, yeah, I did. Okay, for this one, I got this little monster here, this little video game creature here. Oops, must have hit something. I don't know what's going on, but we'll fix it in a second. Okay. I'm not sure what I hit. It's just blinking. I've done this before, but I can't remember what gets me out of it. Alright, I don't know. We'll worry about it later. Description. This will say something along the lines of like, yeah, it's going to type over everything. How do I get rid of that? Oh, that's going to bug me. Let's say force spawn a specific monster or boss directly into the stage for testing. Okay, and then the button, let's, we'll use the same trigger action. I wish I could get this to stop. This is going to bug me so bad. What button do we hit that stops this from deleting everything we type? Well, I'm going to look that up really quick. I'm trying to just ask Google, what command in editing blinks your cursor and deletes everything before what you are typing? Let's see. Most of the terminals control U. Okay, let's try that. Control U. Whoops. They do that in the editor. Nope, that did not help. Okay. I'm just going to say it how it is. When I type something in my editor, it's deleting words that are after the typing I am trying to do. Just be clear with it. Be precise. Okay, over typing. Pressing the insert key does this. Where is the insert key? Here. Let's go back. Insert. Did that solve our problem? Yes, I think it did. Okay. Hopefully we didn't break anything. Alright, so for reset PHP, we're going to want to type, what should we call it? We'll call it, should we call it like spawn something? Let's call it monster. I don't want to call it spawn boss because it could be any number of things. Instead of it saying reset everything, it'll say spawn monster. Okay, and then that fourth one, let's put this div back. for that fourth one, it's just going to be a placeholder, but we're going to probably give it some information just so it can have something. So for this one, we'll just call it, let's do, because since we're going to want this later anyway, let's do combat log. And I got the perfect little icon for this here. Here, there. Parchment paper. Alright. And then for the description, we'll just say clear only the text log messages from the database without removing active heroes. Just to give it a purpose. And in this one, we'll just put a button. There's no on click because we have nothing for it yet, and we'll just say coming soon. I think all that's left now is to work on the buttons. I think we might have them. Well, at least we have reset party. I know that. Let's save all. Let's take a gander at it. Take down the view of the code. We'll bring back up the page. We'll refresh it. And look at that. They're just all flopped down the screen. That would look horrible if that's the way we left it. So what I think we want to do is work on some code really quick. Before we go down to the buttons, let's go back up here. And let's just start fiddling with this a little bit. Alright, we'll start with some of the stuff we don't have. We might end up deleting a lot of this stuff because I think we don't have it anymore. We deleted like the admin card and stuff like that. I think that's the safe thing to do, really. Let's just get rid of what we have. I think that's the best way to do it. We're going to want to start with body. And as we work on this, we'll keep going back and I'll show you what's going on. So we'll do body, and we'll say font family. Let's do, it's SEGOE. I think, wait, no, it's UI. And then we'll do Arial. Is that how you spell that? Arial. And then sans. Serif. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. Alright, then we'll do a background color of, let's just pick one off this chart here. We'll do 121214. That looks like a good color. Okay, now color. Contrast to that one, it says that E2, E8F0 is a good one to go with that. Okay, margin is 0, and padding of 30 pixels to start with. Just keep it small. Let's see what that changes on our screen. We won't go back for every single thing, but we do kind of want to just look at it as we get it done. So let's refresh. Okay. Since we took out a lot of the code, and then we started changing it, it looks a little different now. That's good. Okay. Let's go back to our coding. Let's continue. So the first thing we had is we just had a bunch of hubs that we put in. So I want to do hub container first of just the main hub. We'll do a max width of 1200 pixels because we got like 1280 for the screen. And then we'll do a margin of 0. And we'll do auto. Okay, that'll be enough for that right now. And then let's do the headers. So each hub had a header. And let's do something background different for this because we want it to stand out. So we'll do linear gradient, and I'm just gonna do some random things here. We'll see. It should be pretty good, but I'm calling it random just in case it doesn't work out, you know? Okay, so we'll do color. What happened there? There we go. We'll do 0 on this. Then 1A, 1E. We'll do 100% of that. That should look good. Okay. Then we want to do border. Oops. Border left. We'll stick it out about 5 pixels. Solid, and we'll give it. Let's do this color. Okay. Padding all around is always good to have. We'll do 25 and keep it simple. If we need to adjust it, we will. That's not potting, that's padding. Yeah. Alright. Border. Let's put a nice little radius on the whole thing. Keep it simple. We'll do 6 pixels to start with. Alright, let's do a shadow. Call it a box shadow. 0, 4 pixels, 15 pixels, and then we'll give it an RGBA of 0, 0, 0, 0.5. Ooh. 0.5. Okay. Then let's do a little margin on the bottom. 30 pixels suffice. The display, since we have multiple grids, we're going to do a flex. We're going to justify the content with a space in between them. That's always a nice little feature to do. And then align the items, and we're going to center them. I think that'd be the best thing to start with. All right. So let's save it. Let's view it. We got 2 things done. Let's see how much it's changed the screen. Refresh. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That is snazzy, if I do say so myself. There's hardly any time that you get something right off the bat. So, let's get back to our work. Let's get back to the work. Alright, so we got the header in. We got the hub container put together. Next, let's do, just looking at the code, we got the hub header. We got status banners we could do, but I think we need a little bit more work on the header here. So let's do hub header for the H1. We want to get that out of the way. And let's do margin of 0. Let's do a font size on that of 2, maybe? Color, we'll just make it like white or something. Let's do FFF. Okay, and then let's space the lettering out. We don't have to go overboard on it. Let's just do that. Wish I could type this without fumbling my fingers all over the place, but it's what I do. Alright, each header has a paragraph, or paragraph technically. So let's do P. And inside this one, we'll do another margin. We'll make this one 6 pixels. Yeah, that would be fine. We'll do 0, 0, 0. And then we'll make this one a different color. Let's do A, 5B, 4FC. See how that works out. And then we'll add a little weight to this one, and we'll do 500. It's a little bold. It's the paragraph there, the description kind of. Okay, next. Now we talked about the status banner. Alright, let's do a background with a different color than everything else. Let's do 181B24. Okay. Ooh, let's put a border on this. 1 pixel. Keep it thin. And then we'll make sure it's solid. And let's do this color 2D2D34. Okay. Again, let's do another border radius. I wish I had the code in here. Border radius, let's do 6 pixels. And then padding overall on this, let's do 12 pixels. Oops, and then 20. Margin on the bottom again. Oh, we'll do 25 to start. Alright, display on this, just like before, is going to be flex. Since everything is, we'll align the items like we did before to center. Let's put a gap in this one. 10 pixels would be fine. And then let's fatten up this weight on this by just stay bold. Don't gotta go crazy. Alright. We also have a status message. Let's call this, whoops, that's just MSG. And we'll just color this one so we know it's different. 10B981. Okay. Alright, let's see if this changes. We just added quite a bit. So let's go back and take a look at it. So we'll hide you. We'll come up here, we'll refresh you. Okay, system status ready. So that's what we got right there. There's our little ready thing, and that's the green that we just added for the status. That'll let us know if it's up or down, which will be great to know later. We're almost there. We are almost finished decorating this, and this may be the only thing we do tonight, and that's fine. We'll make a little video out of this. So, next on our list, let's get you back into view. Next on our list is going to be the section titles. So for each one of them, let's do, oops, what did I hit? Let's do section title, type, section title, we got another color, we get to pick like so many different wonderful colors to add to this. This one's going to get 94A3B8. Okay, and then we'll make the font size of this just 1.1. The text transform is going to be uppercase. That's what really sticks out. Letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel. And then a margin from the bottom is going to be 15 pixels. Okay? Okay. Alright, next. Got all that out of the way. Let's make a new section here. And let's call this card grid layout. Gives us a little bit of distinction on what sections are that we're working on. So in this one, we'll start with tools grid. And this is going to be the entire grid for all of the items that we have now and the ones we add later. And that's not how you spell tools. Okay, tools grid. We're going to display a grid, because that's what it is. Simple enough. The grid template columns is how we want to display it on the screen. We're going to have them repeat. they're going to auto fix, or fit, sorry. There's going to be a min-max, and we want to keep that at 280 pixels. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. If not, we can explain it later, just ask in the comments. Margin 20 pixels, and a margin on the bottom again. If I can type it, is 40 pixels. Okay, now, under this, we're going to do tool card. So this is going to be for each one of the items. Now, we had the grid that sets the pace for all of them. Now we're going to do what the cards look like, what happens when you hover over them, what the titles look like inside them, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Okay. So let's do a background color. We have for everything else, pretty much, I feel like. We'll do one, we used this one before, but 1A1, A1E. I like that. We'll do a border of 1 pixel, solid, and then this color we may have used before, 2D2, D34. That did not work. What did we do wrong? 2D2. Okay, why are you not 2D2D34? There we go. I don't know what happened there. We're going to give this a border radius, of course, because that's what we do. And that radius is going to be 6 pixels again. We'll make a padding of 20 pixels. I hope all you guys type better than I do, because I suck at it. We'll do flex, so everything fits properly. We'll do the flex direction to column, because that's what we want. We will justify the content again to space between. Give a little wiggle room for each one of them. Alright, the transition is going to be transform 0.15s. Border color 15s. Okay? Okay. Box shadow 0.4 pixels. 6 pixels. And an RGBA of 0.0. 0.2. Aha. Alright. That's each one of the tool cards. Now, let's fill in the little gaps of the tools, then we'll check it out. So we got tool type. Oh, let's do the hover. I said we were going to add a hover. Let's do hover. And for hover, we'll do a transform. Translate Y to -4 pixels, I guess. And then we'll do a border color when we hover over it. We'll change it to 6366F1. There we go. Oops. Okay, now we'll do the tool title. Font size 1.2. Say one thing, I type another. That's just how my fingers work. The font weight to make it a little fat. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bold statement there. We'll color this one white again. Okay. Put a margin on it. Let's do 0, 0, 10 pixels, 0. Display, of course. I don't know why I said displayer. Display is flex, of course. And align items center. with a little gap. I'm about to give up for the night. I cannot type. Alright, tool. We got the tool title. So now let's do the description. DESC. Okay, for this one, color, I'm going to use 94A3B8. B8. Did not work, because we put a money sign. There we go. Okay. It's getting late. Font size 0.9. We'll do line height of 1.5. And then we'll do a margin of 0, 0, 20 pixels, 0, since we did 10 on the last one. And then flex grow, whoops, 1. Alright, I'm going to add this next area because we are going to work on it, but it's going to be the button styles for each one of those. I feel like I need to keep this consistent, so let's do dash, 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 and dash, dash, dash. Alright, save it. Let's come back. Let's hide this. Bring the browser back and refresh it. Oh, look at that sharpness. Look at that sharp. I don't have anything for populate stage, though. Did we not put anything in? We did not. I feel like we need to have something there. Populate stage. I mean, it's the battle, right? So let's do... I'm just going to save this and refresh so you guys can see it. There we go, little swords. But look at that, look how nifty that is. We still got to do the buttons, but we have populate, the clear, the spawn monster, and we still need to make this function. We have these two. We need to make this one, and then that when it's ready. That's just kind of like a little teaser thing. Alright, so let's finish this out. We don't have too much more to go. Start working on the buttons. Okay, let's get you guys back there so you can see what's going on. Okay, so buttons. Okay, so we got one main button that we have to work on. This is going to be the longest one, and then there's going to be a bunch of little fill-in ones. So this will be just the standard for every button. So we're going to do a color that we want, which we'll do 4F4 6E5. Let's do that one. Nice little color. A little blue to the mix. Our color on the button is going to be white, which I don't know why we would have done everything else. Let's just keep it like that. Alright, text align center of each button. There's going to be no border. Okay, padding. Let's do 12. Let's keep it smaller than everything else we've done so far, since it's a button. Border radius, because I love adding me some radius on those buttons, or on those borders. We'll do 4 pixels. Cursor, when you go over top of it, right? It's going to be a pointer. Okay. Chunk up the font a little bit with bold. And then set the size to be just about 1. Just there, just a little smaller. Alright, now we need a transition on the button. That's going to be a background color for 0.15 and a transform of 0.1 ease. Alright, width of the buttons important. Let's do 100%. Let's just max that baby out, right? Okay, and then display inline block. I love me some inline block as well. Right, text, decoration, none. Don't want no lines. We don't need no stinking lines underneath our text. And then box sizing is a border box. We love our borders. Alright, so that's just for every single button. Every button is going to have that as long as we add the class tag BNT. So now we have to explain the difference between the buttons. If we have one active, one cleared, one's disabled, if we've put a hover on it, if we're currently over it. So let's do button. And we're going to probably add a bunch of these. So let's just do button, 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 button. And we'll just delete the ones we don't use. So let's go back up here. And let's do the active one. It's the best one to start with. And we'll do transform when it's active. We'll scale it to be 0.98. And that one, we'll go down to the next one. This one's going to be populate. And we're going to give the populate a background. This is where there's going to be errors, and I'm going to have to go back and just look at them and see what I did wrong. Background color of 10B981. Sounds good. Okay, next one is going to be our populate hover. And this one is going to get a background color of, let's see, this one, 059669. Okay, next button is going to be the clear button. And background, we're doing this for each one of them, I feel like, so let's be smart about it. Let's do background color, and we'll call this one EF4444. Kind of just running out of them, we're just kind of using every color up, I feel like. Alright, the clear hover, because everything has to hover. And this color is going to be, let's use this one, DC 2626. Why not? Alright, next one, purple. Like purple. I like purple. Let's do button color. Do you think we should use a purple on the purple? Do you think that would make sense? Let's try 8B5C F6. Oh, look at that pretty purple. We're probably going to have a purple hover. Of course we are. Let's do, for the hover, let's do this one, 7C3 AED. It's a little different color, little different purple. Okay, and then we need a disable button because, we're not actually going to show that button. Oops. Disable. We're not going to have that one work that doesn't work yet, the one that says coming soon. That would just be ridiculous. So let's do background color on this one of like a gray or something maybe. 272A. And then a color of, let's do this one, 525. 525, let's do 25B. There we go. and then a cursor. Oops. Not allowed. That'll make it so you can't click on that. Here we go. You can just delete the rest of these. That should be everything that we worked on for buttons. So let's save it. Let's go back. We'll refresh it for you guys so you can see it. And there you go. Look at that pretty thing. So let me take a look and see if there's anything I want to change that I can see now. So I do see that combat log. It says coming soon, but I can still click it, and I can still hover over it in the page, the actual page. So I think what we need to do, I'm just going to do it really quick, is go down to the code where the cursor is. It says coming soon. Yeah, we left it button clear. It shouldn't be button clear because it's a different one. It should be disabled. And then we also left the spawn one to be button clear, just because we copied and pasted them. We didn't change what we were supposed to. So let's do for that one the purple that we made for the boss, for the monsters we're going to put in. Let's try that. Let's see how that changes it for you guys. Okay, refresh. There we go. There we go. Nice. So now we got different colored buttons for each item that we're doing. We've disabled the coming soon. So, pretty much all in all, I think that's pretty good. And we have the trigger action and the trigger for the simulate slow. Got that already, so that's going to work out. I do want to add some more things to this. I feel like it would be more appropriate if we added like an admin I think it'd be more appropriate if we added like an admin page. Like we drew everything into a admin folder instead, and then we could put like a lock on it. We could make sure that nobody can get into it. No one can just reset the game, push monsters in. We would need to have a login system, an admin page, like a landing page, and then we can kind of incorporate this into it, this new page we have here. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this here. You can see we have a little page going on. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to take you guys back to the original window here. And I'm going to open up the new admin page we just built. I'm going to reset everything in it. It says it's ready. I'm going to click populate slow join. And does it attach? I don't see anything working right now. Let's make sure this works before we end here. Start. Okay, we're not getting anything to connect. Let's go back and see what we did wrong. I'm going to look at the button. It says button populate. Simulate. Oh, here we go. Found it. Capital. Everything comes usually in this, when you're working on websites. Capitals, commas, periods, they're always those triggered things that get you. Something's not working. So let's refresh the page and click Start Slow Join. Okay, there we go. It's working. Got our tank, we got our healer, we got our dips, and our mage. And there is the monster, and we'll just let it start attacking. Make sure that yep, there we go. It's working, everybody. So next time, we're going to build ourselves an admin portal page, if you guys want to follow along with that. And I'll also be building the spawned monster page as well, so we can input a monster into a stage. I don't know how exactly we're going to do that with our current system, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment below if you're interested in this type of thing, and we're going to build a game together. See you guys next time.